Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to look again at the prepared version 5 add-on. I've been watching Captain Sim for some time because they had announced that they're going to do a Boeing 737 Classic range, and a couple of weeks ago they came out with it. It's the Boeing 737-300, which is the base pack. And after some deliberation, should I or should I not, because I kind of like Boeings anyway, the 737s, well, I decided to invest in the base pack and give it a try and see if that's something that I might use also in prepared from time to time. When you go on their website, which you can see here now, then yeah, Captain Sim has changed their web appearance some time ago. So they have these new fancy pages here. So basically this is the entry page for the 737 Classic range. And as with all Captain Sim airplanes these days, you need to get yourself the base pack. That's what I did. So I bought the base pack. And it's actually the 737-300. And it comes with lots of pictures. The pictures looked interesting. So I decided to get the base pack. In the meantime, they actually have also issued the 400 and the 500 as so-called expansion packs. And that's something that Captain Sim does these days. Everything is now an expansion pack, and everything costs considerable amount of money. It's not exactly cheap, especially when you buy them all together. So, well, you have to deliberate. Is it worth getting a 400 and a 500? I personally decided no, for me it's not worth it, because they're basically the same aircraft. I don't really expect that there are huge differences. So the 300 is the smallest, 400 and 500 are slightly longer, have more passengers, possibly also, in theory at least, different ranges, and possibly also different engine options. Who knows? But I personally am not sure that I'm really going to invest in the other variants. Yeah, so having a look at the price, if you go on their shop, go to P3D version 5, here you can see it. So the base pack costs $59. The expansion pack, which requires the first one, is $25 each. You do get the odd sale on Captain Sim, so if you wait long enough, you may actually be getting some dollars off this. Now, for example, here you can see on the 767-300, they actually have currently a reduction on. Mind you, with this price tag, I would have never bought it. Yeah, so you probably have to watch out for sales or for reductions. They do have reductions relatively regularly, so just watch out for it if you're not in a hurry to get it. They also, at least for the 767 and 757, they have the option of getting a CDU. Now the problem with this thing is, I mean, the price, especially now the reduced price, is actually not bad, but I actually thought that they would do this like other add-on makers do this as a web server kind of thing, and then you can connect with a browser either inside or outside, you know, on a mobile device. Unfortunately, these seem to be, at least as far as I understand, they seem to be Android device CDUs only, which is useless to me, because I do not have Android devices. I'm not going to buy an Android device just for this. So for me, this is completely useless, which is a pity, because I would like to have an external CDU with the likes of Avia Server. Who knows, maybe Avia Server will support Captain Sim in the future. At the moment, I have no means of getting the CDU externalized. So that's it. That's what Captain Sim does at the moment. I think they're planning to get 737 Connect out there as well. At least I was reading something about that, but it's nowhere to be seen yet. And yeah, if it has the same restrictions, it's useless to me anyway. Therefore, we're going to look down to get to the CDU, or just call up a 2D window if that's possible. Now, I haven't really tried the 737 yet, so you're going to see me in the pure try and fly way, going in there for the first time and checking out if my knowledge of the 737 is enough to get this one off Stuttgart and into Munich without major problems. So, and here we are now back in the simulator, and you can see it, the 737-300 from Captain Sim. Modeling is quite okay. That's something that Captain Sim actually does quite well, at least in those more modern aircraft. They use all the features that those simulators give you. So yeah, it's okay. You know me, I'm not a flying outside guy, so I don't really care that much about it. It just doesn't. It shouldn't be an eyesore, yeah. And this is definitely not an eyesore. I think it looks okay. There is only one livery that comes with the package itself, with the base pack. But they have a link where you can download from the Captain Sim pages, where you can download yeah, all kinds of liveries that match this aircraft, Lufthansa and so on. And I'm pretty sure there are also freeware out there, although since our experience with FS 2020, where Captain Sim tried to kind of, they went against freeware liveries because they didn't want that to be done. I'm not sure why that was. So I'm hoping that this kind of idiotic thing isn't ongoing here. But I have seen freeware liveries already on the various download sites that you have for prepared. So liveries shouldn't be a problem, and we're going to fly with this one here today. So yeah, that's the outside. As I say, it's quite nice, and yeah, definitely looks like a Boeing. It's the smallest of the three, and yeah, it'll be fine for us. So let's have a look inside. Obviously, I have already programmed some views because that's something I don't really want to do while you're watching me. In X-Plane, I do this from time to time in a try and fly because it is very easy to do it. In prepared, yeah, defining views is not quite as easy, takes a little bit more, but I do have up, back, okay, yeah. I do have this piece of software here which does my views, but it is rather cumbersome. It takes time to set up views here, okay? So I don't want to do this in a try and fly. And I think they said already that we should... nice try, what is this? Okay. I clicked, by accident, I clicked on the wrong place. Okay, so the views are predefined, the usual ones. CDU, outside view 1, outside view 2. I don't have a... okay, yeah, looking good. And here the tail camera. Right. So what I don't have is the cabin. Not sure that we do have a cabin. Let's see. Can we open this? Oh, yes, we can. That's good. So, yeah. Okay, I'm in, yeah, cabin. Again, I'm not one who's flying around in the cabin. Yeah, it is simple, nice to have. I don't really need it. Oh, maybe we should close that door again. Let's close that door. Let's see how that works. Probably need to find the click spot again. Here we go. Yeah. I have the feeling that it is very quiet. Maybe that's just me. Oh no, that was just the volume here on my headset. There seems to be some wind noises here from the simulator. That's good. Okay. Right, so this is what it looks like. Yeah. It's a rather worn out version of the cockpit, so there's a lot of scratches and that kind of stuff, which is okay. Let's go through, let's lose the views, it's a bit quicker. Yeah, you can see here, so it's an old and worn out, and that actually makes sense because these aircraft are old by now. Now the autopilot looks like somewhere in between the newer versions and like you would see it in the IXCG on X-Plane and the really old autopilot. So this seems to be an older generation, not latest generation glare shield here, but it has all the functions, VNAV, LNAV, so everything we need is there. Yeah, it's fine. So level change, yep. We've got N1 speed. Yeah, as I say, everything that we would normally use is here. We are in the cold and dark mode. By the way, you can set this. Unfortunately, you need some power. And I think battery power is not enough, like ground power, for example, in order to get your CDU here working. And then you can go and call up states. So I called up for the cold and dark state. But the thing is, at least I haven't found a way yet. There's no way to get this bright. Yeah, you can hear that it's doing something, but yeah. Oh. What's this? Green. Green could be keyboard, right? Ah, yeah. So green is keyboard. Oops. Green is keyboard. And that brings up the... Ah, that's interesting. Okay. Nice. Good to know. Yeah, I'm discovering these things. As I said, I'm not reading manuals. This is try and fly. And if you're not happy with that, sorry, but that's just the way it is. So you can go to menu, then you can go to options setup, then you can go to states, and here you have 3 states, cold and dark, on APU and ready for takeoff. You can create custom states. So basically you bring the aircraft into a particular configuration, then you save that state, and well, ideally it will bring you back, which is, yeah, nice. That's always something I think in nowadays, in the 2020s, I think we should have something like that with payware add-ons that also call up for a certain price. Fuel and payload. Here we can obviously set long range, long and short. Let's see, what does short do? Short puts in 7.3 tons, which is actually more than we need, but I think that's a good start for our loading here, and then we're going to do empty payload. Now that looks a bit, oh yeah, payload 0 kilograms. This is the fuel. Okay, so our zero fuel weight is 31.5. The gross weight is 38 tons. So we are relatively light, but that's the way it works. Packs and cargo. Here you can now go and set how many passengers. So we have 0, 0, 0, 0 cargo. 118 and 8 would fit in. 8 business passengers, 118 coach, as they call that. Yeah. Pax C, CFG, what's that? Pax cargo, Pax 191 kilograms, okay. And first class, business and coach. Here you can actually set the max seatings. You can, I'm not sure if you can change it. Let's see. Yes, you can, but we don't want to. All right, that's interesting. So you can configure the aircraft to your liking. Nice. Options. Now, pause at top of descent. I never want that off. Select weight units. We are in Europe, so kilograms is the correct one. Otherwise, choose pound. Steam gauge tools. Now, that depends a bit how you would like it. It's the engine. This is the more modern one. The thing with these is, and in X-Plane with the IXCG, I switched to the old steam gauges because these are much harder to read than the steam gauges. I switch back now again. You see, this is much easier to see where you are roughly at. Much easier because it's so small, and I'm not sure if there is a window for this. I can't remember seeing it. So if there is, yeah, normally you would then click here and that would come out. So they don't seem to have a 2D window with this here, so I prefer to stick with the steam. IRS alignment we do fast. Yeah, let's not wait realistic times, far too long, but you can switch this. First officer displays. If you have an issue with performance, by the way, let's call up. So we have 32 frames. Target is 48. Oh, okay, part of it is the airport. But this aircraft seems to suck some frames, yeah, obviously. So you can turn them off. I'm not sure if that makes a big difference. No, it doesn't really. At the moment, they're not on anyway. So next page, load default panel state off or on. Yep, the default panel state. I'm not sure which one that would be. You can probably select it. And then we have the bank angle and pitch, CWS 24. That could be some limits. It's probably limits or something. ADI type improved or basic. Yeah, for that we would need to get the ADI. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Now we can't see it. We need power to see this. Anyway, actions. Request jetway. Yeah, that's, oh, that actually works. This is, by the way, this is Aerosoft scenery. I do have GSX running, but I guess this is more like the normal inbuilt. And then there's request pushback. Yeah, for that I have a different tool. I wouldn't use this here. And that's it. That's the normal menu. This here is non-functional, and then we are in the FMC. But that we're going to do separately. Okay. Now, because it's Captain Sim, if you go on Shift 2 or on, let's call up the under vehicles, you go to instrument panels. sim icons. Now here you can see we have ground service, we have light control, we have overhead panels, so there's 2D panels, EFIS left and right. So let's call up the left EFIS control panel here, right? And you can close them again. The CDU, you can call up the CDU, as you've seen before. And you can bring it out as a 2D window. Okay. Then you can also bring out these two. You can even undock them. Same here. You can undock them and bring them on a second screen if you need to. This is, yeah, here you can control everything from doors. So for example, I can open the forward entry door. They used to have little graphics there, so this is a very simplified version. I've seen in other aircraft, I've seen this actually accompanied by a graphic of the aircraft. Well, I don't really care. I mean, as long as you can get stuff out, emergency exit cooling doors, escape slides. Well, we don't want that. Rear entry door, yeah. Pilots, stewardesses, pitot plugs, yeah, wheel chocks. Yeah, we can put on the wheel chocks. Equipment door, pilot's window. Can open the two windows. This one can let fresh air in. We can connect the ground power. Service doors, cargo doors, forward cargo door, rear cargo door. Let's open them and then have a quick look. So here they are. We could also open the forward service door, which is basically this one. And a rear service door if we want to. Yeah, and if you could use now GSX, if there is a profile, if it recognizes it. I don't want to start GSX, I don't want to use it because it crashes my simulator again and again. So I prefer not to touch it. All right, so that's this one. And you can close it again. Then there is the external power. So that's a quick way of getting the external power connected. And yeah, I think we somehow have got rid of it now. Did we? Where's the ground power again? Ground power, cuckoo. Was that not here? No. Okay. So this is external power. Maybe I need the parking brake to be on. Let's see. Parking brake is on now. Ground power. Okay, maybe we need the battery. Okie dokie. And here we go. All right. This is the light panel. This is the left CDU, which is now outside. This is the MCP. You can even call up the MCP. You can bring it outside, which is nice. Right CDU. Let's see if they are separate from each other. Yes, they are. Separated ones. So here you could run your fueling options for the beginning and then switch to other modes. crossload, IRS monitor, sensors, discretes. That is not working as I thought. IRS nav data, okay, here that works. Index, offset, no. Well, it should have ident. Yep. July, August 12th. So this is an extremely old database. I'm pretty sure you can update this with Navigraph. I haven't done so yet. Here comes the position in it. I'm going EDDS. And actually, let's quickly check the... Interesting animation. Yeah. So you have to click once with the right key. It will bring the key up as it would be actually in real. You can't just turn it. You would pull it and then bring it into the correct position. Make sure you don't go into attitude mode. And now it wants us to put in the position. All right. So let's go here and don't use anything with N91 because I'm in Stuttgart. So it looks like this one here. So I can't take it from here. Interesting. Now that is definitely the wrong position. Well, then we'll use this one. That's okay. I mean, that's no problem. We are actually on gate 12. Does that make a difference? Oh. Can I change it? I can. And because we have quick alignment mode, we are now aligned and those windows come online. Yeah. So let me see. Yep. I somehow, oh yeah, no, that's the second one. I somehow closed the left CDU. I'm just trying to arrange the whole thing in a way that you will be able to see how we enter the flight plan and how it looks like. So let's see. So where's the yeah, okay, you can do that. Here is the mode panel. We are actually in plan mode. We're in plan mode. So let's close this one again. Overhead panel. They actually have made the whole overhead panel. So if you have something like a touch screen set up, you could still do this. This is something that we don't really have in X-Plane. This is the other EFIS control. Yep. I forgot what that was. Yeah, this is this rather useless sim checklist thingy, IRS. Yep. And that's the radios. And here you can move this little panel around and here you can close it. So I'm going to close this one as well. And let's have a very quick look. So you can see there's also an aileron rudder trim. So there are more even when you more windows that you can call up. So they have done quite well when it comes to this. Throttle synchronization, that's an interesting one. Software, hardware. So there must be a mode where you can we close this? Okay, let's go out here. So there seems to be a bit like in the IXCG where you somehow get this. Okay, very interesting. Now, next thing, we need to check that all the hardware is. So I have obviously turned off the yokes. So I will now need to find out how I turn them on again. I must have done that at some point. Let's see. Is that maybe one of those? One of those that I didn't know what they do? Potentially it's an option. So let's see, I might have overlooked that one. Options. No. So why are there no yokes? Where are they? Did they do away with them? Just like that? Or where's the click spot for it? That's interesting. Okay, very interesting. This is rudder pedal adjustment. Well, anyway, rudder pedals are working. So do the brakes. I've got that one right. I've got that one. I've got that one. Yeah, I did already some programming. Most are standard axis and standard things, so not too difficult. We are down to 26. Okay. So what about the yokes? So how do we do that? Let me see. There must be a way. I'm pretty sure. It's a little bit inaccessible down there, but here they are. Now let's see. Well, the thing is, they are somewhat in the way. Yeah, so without an external window, it actually blocks a little bit the view. Even the more to the left I go, the worse it gets. Yeah, so yeah, that's probably why I clicked them away. And it did remember that, it seems. So that software hardware thing is weird. Can I turn this off again? Let's go to the options again and get rid of that. AviTab, where was that again? If a steam gauge on off display, setup, actions, no. Hang on, that was in one of those other windows. Oh, yeah, hang on, that was here. Throttle synchronization. Right, now I got it. Okay. Yeah, it's a bit difficult to get a proper viewing angle. So I had been fighting a lot with this, because this is very close. And here you don't really see much of the navigation display. It's okay if I fly with external windows, but it's not okay if you fly like this. So yeah, the seat position is difficult. So that's after a long time I found this one, which gives me enough of this lower window here and gives me a relative okay view outside. I'm not happy with it yet, so that's something I'm going to try out more. Right, what else is there to show? Is there anything else to show? I think that covers it for the moment. I think the sounds, they sound pretty good. This is what the clacker, the woodpecker sound is quite good. Yeah, let's see. This is a bit weird. So I use my key and see this? That's weird. See that it goes in the wrong direction. This is strange. Me thinks this looks like a bug. Okay, so we found our first strange thing. Definitely this is a bug, I think, but because I can't remember seeing it anywhere in the real and in the simulated thing like that. All right, good. Let's turn on some lights. So yeah. Where's the beacon? There are the beacons. Yeah, there are two beacons, one on top, one at the bottom. We have 3.6 tons in each tank, so that should do for us nicely. For a cold and dark, to have the fuel pumps on is rather strange, so I'm going to probably program my own one. At the moment we don't have an APU, so that's okay. And I guess the next part is let's program the CPU, the CDU, and get the flight plan put in.